everyone, welcome to another video of Mom's Chronicles. I'm Kay. Thank you all for commenting on my last video. So today we're having another topic, and remember, this channel is all moms, so all my moms need to come over and subscribe. You need to comment. Yes, you need to comment, you need to like the video, share the video out, and let's keep it going. All right, so our next topic, we're going to be talking about pregnancies. How old were you when you found out you were first pregnant, your first pregnancy? How did you feel? What kind of emotions you had? Were you overwhelmed? Were you shocked? Were you in disbelief? Were you excited, happy? What kind of emotions you felt? Well, I'm going to be talking about mine. And my egg is here. My egg. My firstborn is right here. So I have to fix it up. All right, so the first time I found that I was pregnant, my first pregnancy, I should say, I was many moons ago. I was 23, and oh, I was 23 years old. I was in shock. I was happy. I was shocked. I think that the excitement came afterwards, after I came down to ground zero, and I'm like, I'm really pregnant. I'm really pregnant. So the first person I told was my husband, of course. And then he was excited because all he was thinking about is a son. And I'm a girl's mom. All girls. Right? So the second person I told my parents, my mother was the second person, then my dad. I told them together. Yeah. My mother was a little bit in between, because I think sometimes mothers hold on to their daughters so much. With their sons, not so much, but with their daughters, oh Lord, they hold on so tightly. So my mother was excited, but she was still holding on to me so much. And I think she was the one who was pregnant, because she was shopping and buying baby clothes and doing the most. I'm like, hello, give me a chance. So they were very excited. A lot of persons didn't know I was pregnant either, because going up into the advanced stages of pregnancy, I didn't have a big tummy. I didn't show that much, because people always say, because I'm from Jamaica, and people always say, oh, you carried a baby in your back. It was that kind of case, because even when I was pregnant with my twins, nobody knew I was pregnant until I was advanced. They're like, oh, you're pregnant. I'm like, yeah, but they thought it was just one baby. That's another story for another time, right? And as I said, I'm a girl's mom, so I have all girls. Yeah, for me. Right. All right. So get back on track. No, how I felt during pregnancy, I wasn't sick. I wasn't vomiting, but I was eating a lot of messy stuff like the sardine and the egg. I'm not a sardine person, really. Right. And I have to feel for egg to eat it. So I was eating a lot of mayo and sardine and egg and all the stuff that you don't normally crave. I was craving them. I slept a lot. That's a good thing, because pregnant ladies always sleep and we're always eating. And I was working. I just started to work. I just left college and just started to work. So I was there juggling job and work and home and everything, marriage life and a new baby. So it was a lot on me, but nevertheless, it was something I've always wanted. I've always wanted to have a big family. So I was happy when I got pregnant. As I said, when my feet, touch ground zero after a while, after the fear gone, and you're thinking about having that baby, pushing out that big baby, you're like, oh my God. But then the fear left, and I was excited, I was happy, and I started to think about names and all kind of stuff. Yeah? All right. So I want you guys to tell me how old you were when you got pregnant for the very first time. Tell me what kind of emotions you were going through. Were you sick? Did you have morning sickness? Or anything at all? Were you vomiting? Were you anything at all? Were you dizzy? Were you walking around with the bags? Because I know some persons, when they're pregnant, they have to walk around with the bags, kind of, it already, right? So tell me about those things. Did your skin change color? I got extremely dark. Very, very dark, right? I got extremely dark. In my pregnancies, I think my skin always feel it the worst. Yeah. And then after you have the baby, it kind of take a little time and come back. My body complexion will come back, but my face always take a longer time to come back. The joys of having a child. Moms know the joys of having a child. Okay, so let's go around to delivery. Now for me, I wasn't ready to deliver as yet because my baby came early. But my pressure went, I didn't even know I had like a pressure problem because I had gone to get a checkup the weekend before. Was that week? I went to get a checkup and everything was okay. Nothing was off schedule. Everything was good to go. And I remember I was having a really, really terrible headache and I was rushed to the hospital. And when I went, they were like, okay, we have to induce this labor. We have to induce this pregnancy. And I was shocked because I'm like, what's happening here? Right? And that was another turn in my pregnancy because they were like, oh, we're going to have a C-section. And I'm like, what? And everything was just so quick. And I remember when I was at the hospital, they were like, mommy, if you don't push out the baby, we're going to have to cut you. And I'm like, I don't want to get a cut. I don't even, it was just so much for me. And I remember the baby eventually came. They induced the labor. And it was very hard for me because it was my first baby. And it was a bit difficult to push and do all of those things, right? Because firstly, I wasn't expecting to have a baby at that time because my due date had not come as yet. And I was there. I remember even when I was pregnant, I was watching a lot of TLC videos. Anybody know TLC? They would have a lot of pregnancy videos. I remember when I was getting married, I watched a lot of wedding videos. When I was pregnant, I watched a lot of pregnancy videos and kind of like preparing my mind for everything. And when the time was like really there, I didn't know what to do. The only thing I could do was to pray. Honestly, that's the only thing I could do was to pray. And I really started to like bargain with God. I'm like, Lord, don't let me feel all this pain. And remember, I'm going to do all these things for you. Right? And you know, God come to collect, right? So, but I had a smooth delivery. Thanks be to God. It was smooth. My baby came out. She was 4 pounds, 4 ounces. She was small. Oh, no one see her today. She bigger than me. But, yeah, she was small. But as time went on, she got so big. People started to ask, what are you feeding this baby on? I'm like, breast milk. Right? So that was my pregnancy journey. Tell me about yours. No, this is my video for today. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to my channel, Mom's Chronicles. I'm Kay, and have a nice day.